I lost my dad, you know, um, I felt like I lost everything. I am Ogaga Okori. Self-esteem for me is simply how much you believe in yourself and how much you can do with or without criticism. Oh, well, for me, I've not really been much of a talker. I've just been that guy that wants to have things go by. I don't want to think of if I'm getting it right, if I'm not getting it right. In fact, just don't tell me I'm not getting it right. You know, I just want to get it done, whichever way and it affected me in a lot of ways because in class I would not talk, even when I know the answers. And I'm sure a lot of people actually go through the same thing. When you know the answer to a question, you cannot answer because you're scared of being wrong, and right from secondary school down to the university, that all happened. But at some point, this changed, pretty much changed when I lost my dad. You know, um, I felt like I lost everything. What was the essence of, going through the stress, talking to people, trying to be a better person? I remember a couple of months before he passed, I did tell myself that, oh, I'm going to come out with a first class, which I'm sure a lot of people did tell their parents that I was going to come out with a they were going to come out with first class from the university. And just after my graduation from high school, 2 weeks later, my dad passed. So that's really crippled a lot of things in my life. I pretty much stopped going to church. I felt like church was my problem. I felt like having to even explain to people was another set of problem. So I stayed by myself. I stayed at home. I did more of school, school, home kind of life. And then there was this time I was in the house and I just had a thing in me that I never knew how to write. So when I say write, I mean like articles and all of that. So I felt I should write. Maybe if I could express myself in paper, in words, people would better understand me. So I picked my phone. I didn't use pen. I picked my phone and I penned down a couple of things the way I thought life was. And I saw myself writing more about, you know, the afterlife, what it should look like, or why should someone go, when you have made so much promises to making the person, building so much around yourself, and then at the end of the day, the person would finally leave you. So I wrote this article for my dad, which I shared with practically just two friends, and they were like, "Wow, how could you do this? How could you?" In my mind, I still felt like I was no good because, come on, I was just writing my experience to people, and they were like, "I should groom it. I should go on. I should not stop." So that helped me at some point. I started writing. It was a sad experience, especially when you know that you were in school. Oh yes, I really did not fail in school. Really did not fail. But I knew that I wasn't doing as much as I should have because there was a time I never went to school simply because I felt like, what's the essence? You know, if you bag whatever degree you want to bag right now, you're just going to give it to who? Nobody. Carry it from company to company, usual Nigeria wahala. So I stopped going to school. I was learning from home, and then there was this. I had two friends in school that would always call me and tell me, "Oh, why didn't you come to school? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Okay, we're gonna help you do this, help you do that." And they kept helping me for a long time. And during the exam, we were told to write 21 papers in 1 week. I'm sure everybody will be wondering, like, how did that happen? But yes, after writing the first set, we were told to write 21. The first set was 7, and then we were told to write 21 simply because they misplaced our results, and then we had to write it from 100 level to the current level where I did. I failed. Yeah, I failed at some point, and I didn't care. So when the results came out, I failed my research, methodology, and some other courses. And I was told to take it again, which I did. So for me, I don't know. I really lost myself at some point, but over time, I guess I'm much better than I was when I started. Writing has given me a leverage to come out from my own style of depression, my own style of cage. So, yeah. Okay, if I were to tell myself something at some point, I think I would have really said to myself that I shouldn't have pursued business administration, which I was just doing simply because my family wanted someone to be chartered, finish business administration, do masters in accounting and all those things. I was just doing those things because the family wanted me to do them. I pretty much would have told myself that I would have pursued what I really love, which happened to be photography and likes. So if there was anything I could change, is to be me, regardless of how much pressure was on me at the time. I am Ogaga Okori, and I make my sense.
Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment, and like this video. We're going to be dropping content week after week, testimonies upon testimonies, so that you can be able to relate with these issues and share your testimonies as well. And if you'd like to be a part of this campaign, just send us a DM, send us a message. I'll drop a link below so that you can get in touch. My name is Ario Ifyok Adebanjo, and I make mad sense.